What do you say about a man who called everything? Maybe you don't, and instead, let Mr. Enberg say it.
1986 Wimbledon Lawn Tennis Championships.
No hitting, all it right. Ernest Miner. Fumble the ball, and Denver has recovered. Oh, my.
Oh, my. If you watch sports from the 1970s through the 90s, how many times did you hear that? You know what else? We were this close to hearing that phrase in Indiana exclusively. Here's how. Dick Enberg grew up in Michigan, went to Central Michigan University, played baseball there. Then he came to Bloomington for graduate school. He was going to be a teacher, but he had some radio experience and eventually caught on doing IU football and basketball and laid the foundations for the IU radio network you still hear today. Grad school was over. There was an open teaching job in Bloomington, and Dick Enberg was sure it was his.
He said, "Well, I just called you. I wanted to give you a little piece of advice." I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "It's about your hair." He said, "You know, you look like a shaved prostitute." And that was it.
So because an administrator thought he had funny hair, Indiana lost Dick Enberg to the rest of the world. He went to teach in California, started doing radio to make extra money, and then ended up in the big leagues, L.A. He called all the sports, including the game that put college basketball on the national map. Dick Enberg eventually became the face of NBC Sports, the face and voice of virtually every big event for more than a quarter century.
Everyone wants to be number one, but only one can make it. Mr. O'Brien going for it all to Walker. Touchdown! Oh, my!
When NBC lost the NFL, he moved to CBS and brought the magic moments with him.
He misses the free throw. Boozer gets the rebound and tipped again. Rebounded by Indiana. The game is over. The Hoosiers with a major upset.
Dick Enberg even made it in the movies. Well, sort of, and very briefly.
How about that?
No matter the sport, no matter where it was played, behind the microphone was home for Dick Enberg until the end of the 2016 baseball season, when he decided it was time. On Thursday, Father Time decided it was time. Enberg was supposed to fly to Boston. He didn't make it. He suffered an apparent heart attack while waiting on a driver to pick him up and drive him to the airport in San Diego. He was 82 years old.
So if it's on my gravestone, it said, never called for interference, that would be just fine with me.
Dick Enberg never interfered with the game. His voice made the game. Ray Steele, RTV6.